For life.
What's up, guys? It's Blaze back with another video, and tonight it's a doozy. Quite the topic to cover, and a lot of people are talking about it. There's so many theories being thrown up, and doomsday scenarios being spoke on, and also all other different kinds, many positive scenarios being brought up. But I'm going to chime in with my thoughts on the April the 8th eclipse that we've got coming up here in the United States. Because our government is treating this eclipse in a completely different way than they treated the one in 2017. And they're not giving a real explanation as to why. Do you remember in 2017 with that eclipse, do you remember the National Guard being called out in several states? Do you remember there being warnings that there will be complete loss of cell phone service, and that the roads are going to be completely unusable in some of these states in 2017? I don't remember any of that. And again, they're not given a reason why they're treating this one so differently, but there's many theories. And the fact that they're treating this one so differently is leading people to develop these theories. So in this video, I want to touch on those, well, a few of those theories. The ones that I feel are worthy of attention and worthy of consideration. Now, like I said, there's a lot of doomsday prophesizers out there. I don't get down with that. There is no such thing as a doomsday for me. And when I pass away, it will be freedom from this mental prison that we're in. This mental and physical, spiritual prison that we're in. So there is no doomsday for me. And I don't practice the 3 days of darkness that says, cover your windows up, don't look outside, or they're going to get you. And definitely don't go outside during that eclipse, because, you may just be a goner. No way. I don't practice that. I don't believe in that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe all of those off the table. That's not happening. The NWO taking control and, throwing us all in camps together, right? Don't study that. I mean, they've already got full control. Why do they need to take it that far? They've had full control for decades, centuries, maybe even. Not thousands of years. No, I'm not going to get on here and talk about any of that. I think what's been happening in just world news is the beginning of an energy shift. And that's what I think this eclipse is an energy shift. And a shift in karma. Those who have sown terrible karma, they're definitely going to reap it. And those who have been good people, who have done the right thing and have been oppressed for all of that time. People like me and you, souls like you and I, are going to experience a transfer in wealth and abundance, health, happiness, all of that. That's what I feel like that we are moving towards as humanity. The veil being lifted, all of the trash exposed, and a new beginning, a much better beginning. It's time. We deserve it. That's what I say. Will anything humongous and earth-shattering happen on April the 8th, specifically? Will the sun stay completely covered for 3 days? I don't really know. I do know that there's not going to be demons going around, flying around looking to capture our souls or use us as hosts, to the point rather that we need to board up our windows and not look outside at all for 3 days. No. I don't know if anything huge is going to happen at all. It may just be another day, but it won't be another day because it's going to be a monumental sign. It is a sign, I guess you could say, from the Most High, right? It definitely is a sign from the Most High that this shift in energy has now completely taken effect. That's what I think the eclipse is going to bring on. The full ushering in of a new beginning for all of us. And the end for the powers that were in control previously. You know, that's another... We've got all of the conspiracy theorists that are mentioning the city's name, Nineveh, the cities that it passed last time in 2017, the fact that both trajectories cross to make an X. That in itself is weird, the X, right? Because this is going to lead me into a good one here. There's a lot of symbolism with the letter X being thrown out there. Twitter changing its name to X. We've had crypto people out there pushing crypto and incorporating crypto into Q and into the Eclipse stuff and into everything for 4 or 5 years now, if not longer. And with the crypto guys, it's XRP, XLM, XDC. All the time it's X that they're saying is going to be the backbone of our new financial system once all of this finally and completely crumbles. Okay, so we've got we've got Elon Musk's X, we've got the cryptos that always mention X that everyone is pushing. Here's a big one. And this makes sense to me. The moon is not as big as the sun, right? The moon is not as big as the sun, so how could it fully cover it? That would mean it's not the moon covering the sun. That's right. If you ask many people, they would say that that is the black sun, the second sun, the black sun, PlanetX, that is coming around. So there you go. That would explain all of the X symbolism, wouldn't it? Let's get even weirder. There's some people that say, and now we're on the subject of this being not an eclipse, that's just the story that we're being given. No, this is PlanetX that's passing through. And many say that one day when PlanetX passes through, that our inactive strands of DNA, our junk DNA, right, as it's been called, is going to be activated. And with that, special powers. Some of us have special powers. Think of the X-Men. More X symbolism. Think of Dragon Ball Z and go in Super Saiyan mode, right? A lot of people think that this eclipse, or if not this one, a total eclipse is going to bring along Super Saiyan mode for all of us. I mean, it does say in the Bible that trumpets will sound and God's army will go to war. So God may very well give some of us Super Saiyan abilities, right? I don't know. Crazy as hell, I know. Very crazy. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. Here's another one. What if it doesn't unlock, super X-Men powers in us, but it does cut off all communications, all like the solar flares, disable cell phone towers. The world is thrown into chaos. I know losing cell phone service alone will probably throw most of the world into chaos at this point. But it also shuts down a lot of electronics, the internet. You can't go to a store. You can't use a cash register because those don't work anymore. It would be total and complete chaos for 3 days when people learn that they can't get on their phone, they can't get on social media, and they can't go buy anything. You can't go to a store, you can't go to a restaurant, you can't use money because there's no, everything, the system is fried from a solar flare, EMP, whatever, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, man. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. And I just like to throw this stuff out there. This video is really not to say that I know what's going to happen. It's to say the complete opposite. I don't. But I know that something is happening and something very significant is going on with April the 8th. Because NASA's shooting missiles up, CERN being activated, National Guard called out, warnings. You won't be able to travel. You won't be able to use your cell phone. That is wild. That is crazy stuff. I don't know if we've mentioned Q here yet on the video. May have, probably have. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and just say it. I'm not going to mask it anymore. The Q theory, and I mentioned it on yesterday's video. The Q theory states all of that I just mentioned, all of the communications going down, registers, ATMs, all of that, all of the system being shut down. All of that is looking to be a pretty solid assumption. And if that holds true, we'll be waiting for an emergency broadcast system message, right? The EBS. We're going to be waiting for the EBS to sound off. If I hear the EBS sound off on April the 8th, then I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy at this point. I was really heavily into that theory, that whole conspiracy group. I was very heavily into it back 5-6 years ago. Even as soon as, 3-4 years ago. But as the years passed and I never saw anything happen, and Donald Trump never seemed to be really getting anything done, that theory seemed more and more like a psyop to me. It did. But as we come up on April the 8th, it's got a good shot now to like completely redeem itself. Because I looked like a complete fool to family and friends. I looked like a nut job to family and friends 4 or 5 years ago when I was calling for all of this stuff to happen. When I was calling for stuff that's very similar to what people are talking about now with April the 8th to happen. And I'm going to be honest with you, if it does end up being true, even I'm going to be shocked. Because I was fully behind it, just being a psyop at this point. It's wild. It's a wild time that we're living in, guys. I'm loving it, though. I'm loving how there's so much stuff popping off in the news that you can't keep up with it. I'm loving the fact that bad people are getting exposed for bad things. I'm loving the fact that I've got plenty of popcorn in the cabinet. And I'm popping bag after bag with the rate at which this stuff is being thrown at us. Fantastic. And I'm looking forward to April the 8th. It's not going to bring anything bad. Things are fantastic, if you ask me. Compare today's reality and today's level of consciousness in the general person and their pessimism towards the system and the government versus 2020. That's a win. It's a totally different world that we're living in. So, man, I know it's not bringing bad. I'm excited for April the 8th. I'm excited for that eclipse. It's like Christmas. I hope I'm not disappointed. I hope Santa doesn't bring me cold, though. I've been very, very good over these past few years, especially. So I hope that I get just what I've been asking for on Christmas. Anything else that we can go over? Any other thoughts that I have? Because I have a lot of thoughts about the eclipse, and I've been following it very, very closely. I've been watching a lot of videos that I run across that talk about it because I like hearing what other people are thinking. I like hearing other people's theories. I take what resonates with me, and the rest I leave on the table and move on. So I hope that you guys take this, maybe some of this stuff you haven't even heard of. Maybe you've heard of all of it. I can just be a different guy talking about it. Maybe I put a different spin on it than what you've heard before. I do have one other thing. And this is one I know I talked about, the financial system and that transfer of wealth. And the XRP, XLM, XDC. Do I own any crypto? Yep. Sure do. Sure do, man. Because I'm a conspiracy theorist. And because I take advice. And if it ends up being wrong, oh well, at least I took the advice. Not on me that it was wrong. It's on whoever told me. They told me the wrong information. But imagine if you heard people telling you to buy this crypto because there was a big, huge transfer of wealth about to happen. This eclipse kicks it off, and you watch that person that told you and a bunch of other people become millionaires, or even, dare I say it, billionaires, almost overnight. And you didn't take that advice. That would be the worst thing ever, right? So this isn't financial advice, and I'm not telling you to go buy some, but I have, and I mean, I think it is heavily tied, and I think that something is going to go down with the financial system big really soon, guys. Whether that's directly tied with this eclipse or not, I don't know. But I'm throwing it out there in this video because I feel like this eclipse could be the start of the new transition over to the new financial system. Anyways, I think that's about it, guys. I think that's about all that I got to talk about with the eclipse right now. You know, as we get closer, if, you know, more comes to mind, or I discover some new theories or information and I feel like it's worth another video, I'll pop in with some more on this eclipse. But from now, or for now rather, I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the comments as always. Let me know what you're feeling and what you're thinking is going to happen with this eclipse, guys. What you've heard. I'm sure I neglected to mention some things here that I know of myself. So, hey, help me out. Throw them in the comments. Because I don't work off of a script. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't work off of a script, but I did when I did Wrestling Insight. When the channel was still Wrestling Insight, everything was pre-written, which made it all sound. Made myself, I'm not a smart and think on my feet witty as you guys, as it seems that I was when I was doing Wrestling Insight. You know, I'm just coming in off the cuff here. This is, I just turn on my phone, turn on my camera, I sit down and I'll let it roll. So, yes, if I missed anything, please, guys, please put it down in the comments. Like the video, please, if you enjoyed. I'm trying to get a little bit of assistance from YouTube's algorithm, and that would help a lot. And also, if you want to make sure you don't miss any of these in the future, because I'm going to be doing a lot of these. I'm going to start trying to do these daily or near daily. Ding the bell so that YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video. Until next time, guys, take care.